Hi and welcome to part 2 of basic modeling from Blender Insight. Last time we did this table with the tablecloth, and this time I thought that it would be nice to do the complete picture so we also get the share involved to this. Since the table used the same leg as the share, we can use the table for creating the share as well. So let's start right away. I hope you have done your first tutorial because that is needed to do this one. So if you haven't, then do it and come back again. First we take away the tablecloth. So just press X and delete that one. And we can also start to display what I'm doing, and hopefully you will see it then. And the next thing is to select the table and press tab to go into it, and here is what we had the last time. So we did this using a mirror modifier, and then we got the complete table here. If we compare this table to the share, we can see some similarities and some things that are not equal. So for instance, the table had a leg here, or have a leg here, and it's the same here. You have a leg there, but we don't have the top on the table. Instead we have something that is similar to what we have here in the bottom. So what I would like to do is to take away that part here and to copy this part here up to above here and then stitch everything together. And that would be nice if you can do that in an easy way in edit mode, and yes you can. So we take it step by step. First thing is to see through the table, so we click on this one. We don't need to enable editing right now, so we disable this one, and now you can see through it. And we also put everything in orthographic mode, so numpad 5, or you go into view and you can then find view persp auto numpad 5 here. Okay, so now we are prepared, and we go to view and right. So we have everything correct to install here, and we select faces. Okay. A to deselect everything, and then B to do a box select, and we start by selecting the first thing here and then press X or delete to remove the faces. Now we don't have the tabletop here, we just have the leg and a wood thing connecting the legs here. So next thing we should do is to copy this part, and to do that is just first to duplicate it, and then we need to mirror it. And to do that we need to mirror it on exactly the correct spot, and what I would like to do is move this cursor a bit. So I select vertices here, and then I take that one, hold down shift and take the other one, and then go to mesh, snap cursor to selected. And then I got this cursor here. I press N to get this menu, and in this I have 3D cursor, and I just move it up a little bit by changing the Z axis here, so just like 3 clicks or something like that. Then I have my cursor on the correct place. Press A again to deselect those two and go to view right. So now I'm almost prepared. This last thing I will do here is to go to 3D cursor, because now that will be the control point when you do moving, scaling, rotating and so on. Okay, faces again, a lot of preparing, and B for box selecting, and now we take box selecting for that part here. Do not include this part here, just that part, because it's going on the same level here. So we keep that same level. Now we take Shift D and press enter. Now we have copied it, and the next thing is to place it on the correct place. So hold down Control and press M, and then press Z to get it in the Z axis and press Enter. Then you have it mirrored like this. So as you can see, by using Control M, you can mirror a part of your mesh if you want to. So just select it and then Control M, and then you decide the direction. So in this case, I just would like to have it up, so it was a Z axis. Now you can see this is dark. Well, okay, go to shading and do some recalculate, and now we have everything correct. And the reason that I move my cursor up a bit is because I don't want to have double vertices or double lines on the same place. Double means troubles. So what we are doing now is to stitch these together, and I select edges here, hold down Alt, and I can do like this first. I can deselect that one so I don't see through it, and press down Alt first, and then I have the top here, and then I keep Shift down and Alt, and then I have the bottom here. Now I go to Mesh, Edges, and here I have Bridge Edge Loops, which will stitch these together in a good way. And I do the same here, so I press down Alt to select the upper line, hold down Shift Alt to select the lower line, and then again Mesh, Edges, and Bridge Edge Loop, and then everything is nice here. The next thing we will do now is to cover the top here. So we just press down Alt and click on that one and press F. Now we got faces, and as you can see, it's following the line here. So if you want to keep it like that, it's fine. But if you want to have a really nice square here, you do it that in two steps. You just extrude first a bit, so just extrude and just a small bit like that, and then you can also press I to give it an inset like this, and now it's perfectly shaped. So now we have the first thing here, and if I zoom out, you can see it's still a table. We would like to have it to a chair, so I think we should zoom it in a bit. So I go back to edit mode, I press A to select everything, and then I can just select top view, so view top or numpad 7, and then I start moving towards like y-axis, so GY, and I can follow the grid below, so like one step like that, and then GX and do the same here like that. So now it's a little bit smaller. Could be that it's a bit too high, of course, so then just SZ to scale it a bit until you get something that is similar to chair in height and width and so on. So now we have done everything, but if you go out now and go really close to the edges here, you can see that they are not so good. And that is what I mean with doubles or troubles. What we got here is more vertices, so we need to get rid of them. So I press tab and I go back to edit mode, and I press the faces here and select B select here for selecting that part. I should have this included, but you can see it's black here, it should not be that. So click on that one, do it again, B select, take that one, and B select, take that part here. And then you go just to tools and you have remove doubles. And if you click on that one, you can see that it will remove a lot of doubles here. And if I go to object mode again, you can see that there was ugly stitches here are now gone. So everything looks nice and tidy again, which is what we want. So back to edit mode, and now we have some things here that is not like the table. So you can see the back leg, it's not this shape here. It's only the two front legs that are in that shape. So what we do in that case, it's just to deselect the Y here, and now we have this part left. And if I select the view front, you will see that this is the back. I think you can see it. So just to remember that front is back and back is front. I can turn this, but I will stay. It's easiest to remember now that that part, the big part, is the front and this small part is the back. Some unlogical things here, but it's easier to do it like this. Okay, so what I will do now is just that I will extrude this part here to make the frame all around here. So I just go close here, take the edge here, and I press Alt here to select that one. And then I just select the view, top view, and it's just for me to drag, and now when I can follow the grid, I just drag it down here. So it's G and Y, like this, about that. And now I change this to be individual origins, and I rotate this part here 45 degrees. So I press R, but to have it in the right direction I press minus 45. Sorry, I did not do that. I take Ctrl Z, I just press R and 45. Very easy. Now I got it correct here. And then I take and do some extrude at the extra direction. So press E, X, and then you just connect those two. Okay, looks fine. And I don't think it's going all the way like this. It's more squared, even if it's bent a bit here. It's almost squared here. So to do that in a good way, I also press Ctrl R. Press 3 times here to make it a little bit more square, and I do the same here, Ctrl R and 3 times, and then I get this one. And then I think I'm finished with this part, and the next part will be the back here, and in the end we will put one object for that one and one object, so it will be 4 objects in total. So I go to edit mode again, and now I just want to put my cursor on the right spot so I can start working in a good way. So I just select that one, and I select that one, and then I go to mesh, snap, cursor to selected. So now I have my cursor here, go out, and I start again using a new cube. And now when I have the cube here, it's time to make the back of the chair. So be sure that you are in orthographic view, and now press tab so you are in edit mode, and also be sure that you have this enabled so you can see through the cube, and that one should be disabled. And if you have all these things correct, then go to view, front, so you have it in front of you. And the first thing we should do is move this down so we get it in level here, and up to make this top of the chair here. So SZ to make it grow in top view, so we get like this. And also now you can see that this part here is not as wide as this part here, so this is a little bit thinner between these legs compared to the front legs. So we will also do that here, so S, X to move it in a bit, and I think it would be okay to have it like this, so it's in line with the inner side here. When we're done that part, we can go to view right, and now we just scale it in the Y direction to get it as thin as the leg here. So something like that perhaps. and I also would like this to be a little bit higher because this is a bit higher here. So select faces, press A to deselect everything, and B to box select everything, take the top, and G said to move it up. And I think about here between those in the grid will be fine. So now we have the basic shape done, so we can go back again, view and front. So now we have it in front of us. And the next thing I will do is to divide this into different parts, and I will show you why. So I press Ctrl R, press 9 times like this, and now I will also delete everything here. So not all, but almost all. So I do like this, and then I press B select, and I take all of these and I press delete faces. So I only have this left here, and now I go to add modifier and get a mirror modifier, so I have 2 of them. So now I have that, and I add a face here, so I put edges, alt here, and just F like that, and then I have my face. The next thing I would like to do is to get the part where we have this wooden thing here and wooden thing here, so we get the frame around the back. So to do that, it's just to press Ctrl R, and I think we just keep it as it is, the first one. That will be the lower part of this one. Then I press Ctrl R again, and I will have it about here, I think, and then I have one at the top that will be about here, I think. Okay, now I can just extrude from here, but in that case I will miss the part that this is going in just a little bit, tiny bit here, so just drag them out. That will not be fine. We can do it in 2 different ways. Even with one way is just to press Ctrl R twice like this. Take that away. Sorry. Ctrl R twice like this. And then we get a thin line here. But we also get a lot of polygons that we don't need. So another way to do it is to just use the inset. So we select that part, hold down Shift, select that part, and then press I. So we get it like this. And then we just move it a bit like this. And when we've done that, we remove the faces, because as you remember, we should not use faces when trying to connect something, because then the faces will be inside when we do subdivide. Then we put clipping here, and now we select the edges for each of these. So I press Alt down. I have to Alt on the inner side here. I have to zoom in a bit, I think. I press Alt there, and I press Alt here. And keep Shift Alt. How hard can it be? Alt. Okay, sorry. Now Alt and Shift Alt, and now I have both of these selected. Very easy. And then E for extrude and X axis, and just put them together, and now they are connected. We can now add a subdivision surface, so we put it up like twice or something like that, and then we have this part finished. Now we come to the part where we should bend everything. So to make it bend, we need some polygons in between here, so we do Ctrl R again and press like 9 here, and I think we do the same here, so Ctrl R and press 9 here like that. And it could also be that we need to bend it here a bit, so we put Ctrl R, and I think we could put 3 will be fine here, I believe. So now we have a possibility to bend it, and to do it we just select medium point here, and we select that part in the middle. And to bend it, we use enable proportional editing, and we can use sphere here. The easiest way will be just to push it forward in that direction, because then that will go most and those will come after, and it will be this. Of course everything will move forward, but that is just to move back again. So yeah, just watch me. GY, and you make a circle, that is okay. See, so it's bigger than everything at least, and don't overdo it, but a little bit like this. Now you have a nice sphere here, and just select everything, A and G, Y, to move it back a bit, and perhaps even more. Could be that they can touch each other just a tiny bit here. Okay, so now we've done that part, and the next thing we should do is to bend this part even more, and we can also let this be a little bit more loose, so I can press Ctrl R and like 3 times here. And to bend this here, I also use enable proportional editing, but instead I use sharp, because sharp will bend in another way where it starts harder. And then I just select the faces here. So I press the first one and then Control and press this one, so everything is selected here. And then I can just drag it out here, because this here is a little bit wider. It will be a little bit wider when I drag it, but it's okay. So GY, zoom out a bit and do it like that. And now I got it more bent here as well. And as you can see, this is more aimed at that direction, so we should also rotate this. So we go to individual origins, and then we just rotate it in the X direction. So, and we take away this one. So RX now, and you just rotate it like this, and then you get a nice rotation that points at the correct direction here. And finally, we just take it down a bit. So we take this here, take it down, and it's just to drag it down, and using G set. And since you need more than that, you should have editing, and we can have a sphere here. And now we can take G set, and you see you get a smooth shape for this one. This is still straight, so we should not move that one, but this is okay. So now we have that shaped here, and we have a bend, we have bend here, and now we should bend it out a bit in the bottom here. So go to view again, and front, and A, so we have deselected everything, and now we just take that one, B select, just the part in the bottom. Yeah, it will work like that. And then just GX, but before you do that, change this to sharp. And if you do that, now it will be okay, but we should not have, we should have only that part here. So we try again, view, front, GX, now it works better. Now we try to get these in the same width as the front legs, so put it like that, I believe will be fine. And it could be that I will use a little bit bigger circle, it will be nicer. So now we have that, and now we have that, and the only thing left is to rotate it a bit. You can see it's slightly rotated as well, so R set and then you can rotate it in different directions. I think it should be this direction, like that. And what we now need to do is also to sharpen the edges a bit here. Now they are very round, and if I go up, you can see it's looking so smooth, but it should not be that smooth. So we go back, and it's time to put in these Control R and go close to the edges. Don't press them all the way in, it will look unnatural, and we'll also get double vertices, which is something we would like to avoid. So some bevel, have it a little bit far away like that, and do the same at the top here. And then on the side here. And on the side here. So now you have it like this, and it could be that that should be as well. So we take one in this direction and move it up, and we do the same here for that direction. Now I think it's always to look at things and see where they should be. I think we should have a hard edge here, but a soft edge here to follow the pattern here, so we don't put anything here. Okay, so now we have almost everything in place. The last thing we can do, if we want to be very, very careful following the reference image, is to put lines here as well. So we can do that, and I can just press and to see everything. I think we should take away this part here, so we make view global local, and now I select faces, and I think I will start about here to and then I press Control, go up here and hold on Shift to take that one, and Control again, so I now have this part selected. What I now will do is just press I to make inset, and like that, and then I just scale it in the Y direction. I can select the medium point here and SY, and you can then see on the other side that it's going down a bit like this. And now I press I again to make even smaller inside, and then I take SY on the other direction out again, like that. And now I have it so smooth and fine on both sides like this, which is perfect. That's what we wanted. So now we can just put in view global again, so we get the complete chair here. So this is how it looks right now, and what we now need is something here, and we need something here, and then everything is finished. So I start with the cushion at the back, so select this one, press tab, and here I will create some type of pad or cushion for the back. And to do that, I would like to have the same amount of faces up here and down here. So I press Ctrl R and then I press 3 and 2 clicks, and now I have it. And the next thing I will do is create a frame here. So I select edges and hold down Alt to select that line. Now it will not go the complete way around here because we use insets and so on. So hold down Shift, select Alt again, go up and Shift Alt, and now you have all these three. I will copy that now, so I press Shift D and Enter, and now I press P for selection, and now you can see I get the red line here. That will be another object right now, so I press Tab, and now I come out here and I can select this one, and now I apply the mirror modifier for that object. I can also go to View and Global Local, so we only can work with this one. Go to Edit Mode again and select Vertices, and now you can see all the vertices here. And I would like to have a face on this one, and normally you just press F, but as you can see it's not that good to do that here. But since everything is evenly spread and really every vertices have a meeting partner, so to say, on the other side, we can do another way. So in this case we just go to Mesh, Faces, and under Faces you will find a grid fill. So if we press that one, everything will be nicely filled like this with no distortion at all. So to then make this a little bit solid, instead of having it like this, you can of course use the solidify. But if you do that and you start with the thickness here, you get so it follow up here and it will not be straight line here. And if you take on the other hand on that, it will go down, and you also see that you get something that doesn't look so good here. So I think I will skip solidify for this time and instead do as we did in the beginning of this tutorial, a copy of this and then merge them together. So to do that, I can first of all select the vertices in the middle here, and then I can take Mesh, Snap, Cursor to Selected, so it's here, and then I just move it in the Y direction a bit. So I go up to 3D cursor here, and then I just put it out like something like that, so I have it there. Now I select everything and I press Shift D and enter, so I have copied it, and now I press Ctrl M and a Y to get it on the other direction, and then I just use GY to drag it out a bit, and then RX to rotate it so it's even, and perhaps go back a bit, yes, so it looks okay like that. And then it's just to stitch everything together. You can do it in different ways, and I can use Alt and Shift Alt here to use Mesh and Edges, Bridges Loop to get there, and you can do the same here. So I just press Alt and I press Alt on the other side as well, and remember to have Shift down and Alt at the same time. So now I have two selected sides, and I will again use Bridge Loops, and then I only have two sides left. I can let them be since they're not visible here, or I can have it in, and there's nothing wrong to have it in. So in this time I need to take that one away and take that one away by keeping Shift down, and now I can again use Edges, Bridge Edge Loop, and I can do the same on the other side as well. So I just press Alt, Shift to take that one down, and Shift to take that away, and now again Mesh and Edges, Bridges Loop, and now I have it. And since that one is dark and so on, I press A to select everything, go to shading, recalculate. So now we have the normals exactly as we want to, and the cushion looks nice and clean. And if I now go to object mode and view, global, local, you have a perfect cushion that sits exactly as it should do inside here. And we can even take down the subdivision a bit and use smooth instead, and we can do that on the back here as well, so we don't use too many polygons. And finally we also need something to sit on here, and that is very easy to do. You just select it and select Snap, cursor to selected, then you have it here, and Shift A, mesh a cube. So like this, go to edit mode, scale in the height direction, so we have something like that, and then move it up, G set, and I can have it like here. Now I use Control R twice, so I get something like that, and I also add a subdivision surface twice, so we have something to look on. And I can use Control R, move it out here a bit, Control R, move it out here a bit, and the same on that side, and the same on this side, like that. And now it's just to scale the one in the middle, so just select faces and click on the middle one. Now just scale it down a bit like this, and G set to take it up, and we can get out and see that everything looks okay, and just take it down perhaps a bit. So select everything, G set to take it down, and you can see it going okay. G, Y to move it just a tiny bit here. Okay, can move back again. It was okay as it was. And perhaps scale just a tiny like that. Okay, and we apply the scale since I did it in object mode. So apply scale, smooth on that one, and we are finished. So now we have the share as well, so it's just to combine that with the table, and it will look really good in the end. I will try and texture both the table and the shares and put everything together when I've done all the things that I think that we should model first. So if you liked what you saw here and you would like to see more, then don't forget to subscribe. So see you later. Have a nice day and hope you learned something today. Bye.